This is Mech 3D3 Kinematics and Dynamics. Here's project 1. And we first selected angle of servo and length of arm, so forward kinematics. And so we're going to look at the physical representation here. We're going to pick an angle. So let's just do something quick like 90. So that would be 90 from the origin. So if we twist this guy, sorry. Let me just get 2 hands. One. Okay. So origin is at 0. That's 90 degrees from. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to put in 90 degrees as the angle of A1, so where it's turned to. Then the length is going to be the length of the stick, 4052 millimeters. And so there's your XY coordinates. And we're going to test those in just a moment, but you see that the Y is correct for sure because that's the length of the stick. So its Y should be the height of the stick. And then over here, you see this long number. This is supposed to represent a number very close to 0. So it's just 0, which is what we see over here. We're at the 0 point on the x-axis, and then we're the length of the stick, y, in the y-axis. So we'll look at this inverse now. So we'll click continue. And then we're going to click 2 to go to the inverse section because that's asking for x and y coordinate. So we come down here, we give them the x coordinate. So let's do what we just had, 0. And then we can do as well that number that we just had, which was 92, 40, 52. And as we can see, angle 1 is suggested to be 90 degrees, and then the suggested length of arm is 92, 40, 52 millimeters. And then, if you want, we can measure this if you'd like. We'll just do the Y. But I'm pretty sure should just be the length. Super sorry about that. My phone keeps running out of storage. So we got 3, 6, and that's about 21. So we can write that down as our measurement. And that's an inch measurement. So let's look at that. In millimeters. So we get 91. So 3.621, which is what we measured, comes out to 91, which is very close to that 92.4052. It might just be the width of the wood, or just my measurements are a little bit, like, just tiny bit off, but that's pretty close by the millimeter. So there is forward and inverse kinematics for project 1. We will move to the code in just a minute. Thank you for watching. This is Mech 3D3 Kinematics and Dynamics. This is the code for project 1. We imported math, and then we create our first function, coordinates A. So this is going to take the angle and the arm length. So this is our forward kinematics. So arm length times the cosine of the angle in radians. Same thing with the y. And then we're going to return x and y. And then we're going to do the same thing for b, except we're going to take x and y instead of angle and arm length. So this is our inverse kinematics here. So this is going to be the math degrees. So we're taking the degrees here. And we're going to take an arctanate squared. And then we're going to take the y and the x and assign that to the angle. So we're taking those two values, arctanning them squared. And that's how we get our angle. And then we do the same thing, math square root x squared plus y squared. So the square root of those two, basically a squared plus b squared. And then that's the arm length. And then we're going to turn angle and arm length. And then, unfortunately, I have that twice for no reason. We're going to get rid of that. Boom. So then we start our loop. We ask what type of input. Would you like to do angle of servo and arm length, or x coordinate and y coordinate? And then we give the choices of enter 1 or 2. Enter choice 1, you go into forward kinematics, where we're going to ask for the entering of the angle, the arm length, and then we're going to return, or call our function, where we're going to return the angle and the arm length and xy. xy, we're going to assign the variable from our return up here when we returned xy. So we assign that to the x and y, and then we're going to present the angle and the arm length. Then we're going to restart the program if we want. And if somebody presses something else other than 1 or 2, then we're going to restart the program again. And then we go right back in to print. Looks like that's just restart again. That's the whole code right there. There's a bunch of restarting there. But yeah, we just call the function twice basically down here. Everything else is just user input, call the functions, and then present the functions, and present them as the information that we collected. And that's everything for code 1. Thank you for watching.